I didn't know I was going to be speaking about this tonight. This is really depressing. I found out about the hazards of non-thermal, non-ionizing radiation 2 years ago at an environmental working group benefit, sitting at a table with Jodie Foster and one of environmental working group's top scientists, Alden Ndingo. I was concerned because my kid was given an iPad for school, and I just said, I was reading the health and safety manual. I'm curious what you think of wireless radiation, EMFs. She said, I'm more concerned about it than most of the chemicals that we're looking at EWG. Then I read the NTP study that came out in that time, $20 million 10-year federal study that showed an increase in cancers in male rats, the same two cancers that are on the rise in our population, a brain and a heart tumor. That was 2G. Guess what? We don't know what 5G is going to do because there's no health and safety studies that have been done yet. Zero. And the FCC is not a regulatory body that looks at health and safety. They explicitly say that they don't look at health and safety. Here's the problem. There is no regulatory body right now looking at this. I'm working at the national level with groups like EWG, and they say our hands are tied, we're just barely on the chemical thing, but big groups are taking this on statewide. They're trying to get it considered a Prop 65 toxic agent. The problem is engineers only think about thermal effects, which is what the NTP talks about. There are non-thermal effects. It goes into your eyeballs, it goes into your skin, and the problem is we're inundated with it, and we're in a giant public health experiment, and the last thing you want is this thing on your lamppost, which is what happens. And they are big. They're the size of mini refrigerators, and when people in Santa Rosa woke up one morning to find them on their lamppost, they started suing, and that's going to happen here. Call Teresa Barrett. You can figure out how to make really strict regulations to not have this rammed down your throat. We did it in Petaluma, they've done it in Sebastopol, they've done it in Piedmont. And if enough places do it, enough places stand up, we can slow things down until we do get some science and get some facts here, because right now this is being shoved down everyone's throat by the telecom industry, and it's not safe. 2G causes cancer. The IARC is trying to get it deemed a class 1 carcinogen. So why would we be pushing this? And the NTP is not done. Now they're looking at DNA effects on these male rats that were exposed. So why are we putting this on everyone forced when we're still looking at the science? And that's only 2G. It makes no sense. None at all. Please do everything you can to keep your citizens safe and yourselves safe. Cancer sucks, and everyone I know seems to be getting it.
Karen, I'm requesting that you vote against the installation of 5G towers in Roanoke Park. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then Dave Molinaro.
Well, I appreciate this resolution. Let me first say that this engineer from Sonoma here is going to say that these are safe, and he does not know how to study the biological effects of this. He only knows if they penetrate walls or not. Since millimeter waves don't penetrate walls, he's going to say it's harmless. Don't listen to him. While I appreciate this resolution, please remember that Bay Area cities Hillsborough, Piedmont, and Danville have outright banned 5G. They have shown they truly care about their people, the environment, privacy, and property values, and are being sued by Verizon, but they just may win, and they may set a precedent. The FCC has 23-year-old wireless radiation safety guidelines. 5G wasn't being rolled out at lightning fast speed back in '96, and studies have shown that radiation at much lower levels than FCC limits are carcinogenic and harmful. Section 704 of the '96 Telecommunication Act says nothing in this act shall limit or affect the authority of local government over decisions regarding the placement, construction, and modification of personal wireless service facilities. You are not powerless, and I have detailed that in emails, and I will not shut up about it. The recent T-Mobile versus San Francisco, California Supreme Court decision affirms the authority and policing powers of local governments per the California Constitution to regulate utilities. California Public Utilities Code Section 7901 prohibits towers in the public right-of-way if they incommode public use. Incommode is defined as to disturb. The towers may be disallowed if they generate noise, cause negative health consequences, or create safety concerns. All these impacts could disturb or disturb quiet enjoyment. My kids get their haircuts over in the commerce section where 5G fiber is being rolled out, and guess what? If I have to go drop them off, or anyone who even works near there, that's going to disturb their quiet enjoyment of the street. They have a right to go on the street without a small cell penetrating their skin with millimeter waves, period. There's no need to comply now with FCC orders 18-118, 131, and 188 that limits the city's discretion because these are being challenged in the 9th Circuit Federal Court of Appeals. Over 200 local jurisdictions have joined this lawsuit, and these orders may be overturned due to regulatory overreach and being unlawful. What I'm requesting of you fine humans is an outright ban of 5G, just so we're clear. It is not needed. It's a completely unnecessary and harmful trillion-dollar telecom deployment of an invasive, carcinogenic military technology. If you won't ban it, you need to revise your outdated telecommunication ordinance on par with Mill Valley and Petaluma, in which the specs are prohibit small cell installations on city-owned poles, prohibit them in residential zones, allow towers on electric utility poles, and they must be 1,500 feet apart. I will not rest until a ban on 5G small cells or an aggressively revised ordinance is put in place. If something is harmful and unnecessary, it's harmful and unnecessary, period. We have local control and we need to utilize it. Thank you.
Okay, moving on.
I got a little clap, round of applause.
Councilmember Adams. Questions, comments?
You want me to do it again?
Look at
Do it
that.
again.
Arms crossed, defensive posture.
Okay.